What's going on? It's your boy Brandon Bird. Yeah, man, I'm just really want to get on here, man. I really want to do a fun fact of history real quick. Really want to get on Juneteenth. I know Juneteenth is pretty much coming up. You know, there's a lot of people right now, for some reason, there's a lot of places that's actually replacing Juneteenth with Summer Jam. I might touch a little bit about that. I think I did touch a little bit on it, maybe through other videos, but not really didn't really extensions on it. But I really wanted to drop a little bit of some knowledge about Juneteenth. You know, Juneteenth was what the original name was called Freedom Day, and it was actually origin basically, if I'm mistaken, in I think 1865 in June, actually June 19th. Basically June 19th, 1865. But it was really started from that, you know, the Proclamation of Emancipation. The speech kind of like almost basically after the Galesburg address, that, you know, President Lincoln kind of like basically, you know, proclaimed that all slaves are free in the Confederate, but it gotta be it gotta be in rebellion or be in union control, for them to really enable. Now there were 5 states that was no 4 states that was called border states. They basically were right there at the borderline of the North and the South. They were exempt from that order because they really didn't have no rebellion at the time, and they were still in full Confederacy control. I think it was Kentucky, Delaware, Maryland, and yeah, Kentucky, Maryland, Delaware, and I think Virginia. Um, but now, based in other states around the country, it's actually celebrated. At least 45 states. Now there's 5 states that don't acknowledge it, they don't recognize it. That's Hawaii, Montana, North Dakota, and New Hampshire. Now, for some reason, man, New Hampshire is constantly coming up and almost have like an anti-black atmosphere, like an anti-blackness. I don't know, like a situation, a circumstances with New Hampshire. And I know Bernie Sanders talked about running for president, but obviously he should not be supported by nobody, especially black people. You know what I'm saying? Because I know somebody did ask in one of those town meetings about reparation, and when he came out with the answer that, you know, it was it's disgenuine, it's the devices, it's something that shouldn't be discussed. That was a red flag in my book, to the point like he don't care about black people. And I know everybody want to talk about it. I know he marched with Martin Luther King. Who wouldn't march with Martin Luther King? But I've never seen him in the forefront. He maybe marched maybe one time or stay in the audience and, you know, and say he marched. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, from his action and the way he's saying, his action is totally different. But let me go on and go back to the discussion at hand. Well, June, you know, during the war and the turns, you know, since the Galesburg Battle, that's when the whole tide was basically in the Union Army favor. So there was a lot of turmoil. Now a lot of slave owners and some of the Confederacy got scared because the South was losing the war, and a lot of places was getting basically took in control. So they basically went to Texas. Texas wasn't a battleground state. So basically, Texas even during the war, they basically experienced basically a peacetime existence. So um, so basically for a couple years, because the Proclamation of Emancipation um, didn't go into effect to January 1st of 1863. So you had a good two years of basically everybody taking their slaves to Texas and still making money, still living, still making their money, and still carry on like nothing ain't really happened. Now West Virginia was formed during that period. Um, they actually during the almost at the end of the war, actually West Virginia literally the Union. I think they said the Union took control of Virginia, parts of Virginia, and people that was basically Union sympathizers. They literally took their own initiative and they broke away from the state of Virginia. So that's how West Virginia really came into existence. Um, but yeah, but like I said, a lot of people was moving to Texas at that time, and actually the slave population was over 250,000 people. A lot of the slaves in Texas wasn't, you know, they were the slave population wasn't as big before the end of the war. You know what I'm saying? That's because a lot of people from the Confederate was going to Texas. Because Texas was pretty much almost it was not a battleground state, so it was a little bit easier for them to flourish. But that changed in 1865 when the Union basically sailed into the Galveston port. A general, I think one of the generals, I forgot what his name was. Um, he actually came into Galveston, and he wrote the order that was issued. I think it was General Order Number 3, and that was basically to state that all enslaved person was free. So that's really how the turn of Juneteenth. And the thing about Juneteenth is it's not just a local black community uh, celebration. It's actually an international celebration because you got um, black people in the Bahamas that celebrate it, and you got some black people that live in Mexico that celebrate Juneteenth. So this is it's not just a local where everybody like to say it's not a local festival. It's a big deal. It's the real Freedom Day. I mean, it's not 4th of July. It's really June 19th because during, like I said, the 4th for the country, black people were still enslaved. So you really can't just celebrate freedom if your people were still not free at that time. So June 19th is to me the true Independence Day, the true Freedom's Day. So that's how I basically look at it. But I know right now it's a big push. Now I don't know if this is coming from within our society, but I know it has some type of influence of the dominant society that they're now changing Juneteenth and they're making it like Summer Jam. And I told a lot of people Summer Jam normally a New York thing. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's like just a big concert. It's like the first concert of the summer, the kickoff. That's basically what it is. And they just now, but now a lot of cities got these summer jams. But the summer jam is basically taking place on the same time, the same day as Juneteenth. So it's a lot of shit that I definitely call bullshit. Definitely I speak out on it a lot. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's bullshit. But people got to really take into account that there is an effort to wipe away our history. You know what I'm saying? Wipe away. Literally, to a person like we basically have no existence in this country, period. Like they're already taking away slavery. And slavery, let's just be truthful, before the North freed slaves. The North actually freed their slaves from the abolition law that was signed from Britain in 18, if I'm mistaken, 1807. You know what I'm saying? So, it was a lot of things going on. But the United States got to also know too that they came from a slave economy. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. But like I said, like I just want to really break that down to everybody and just let you guys know what Juneteenth is. You know what I'm saying? It's that's True Freedom Day. You know what I'm saying? I know right now they're doing the Summer Jam and all this bullshit that they want to kick into it. That's fine and dandy, but I don't really like the idea of them replacing Juneteenth. That's just what it is. But like I said, I will definitely bring you guys back with another video. I just want to touch basic with you guys and drop this fun fact of history. All right, one.